What's up, everybody? We're back in the shop. We're working on Sonic today, but he is not the reason for the video. I'm gonna do a little more explanation on the ride commands. You guys, if you've seen my previous video, it shows you how to put these in almost anything or any Polaris. I do want to do a little update with this, quick for that. These only work with Polaris machines because you do require the CAN bus to communicate with the display for it to track and the GPS to work correctly. But that being said, the Sonic is getting a ride command like Mace did. This is going to be a little different. This portion of wiring piggybacks into the factory connection for your factory display. Basically, the yellow and green are your CAN high and low. You have a ground, a switch power, and a constant power. That goes down to your plug here, which I show all the parts in that, where to get stuff and whatnot. But this one, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to add audio and video to this setup. Now, right now I have this kind of temporarily set up. Well, some of it's temporary, some of it's continuous. The blue wire here goes to pin 15 on the ride command display. That is for your remote turn on for your amplifiers. Then we have this here, which is the left and right front connections for audio. I will probably do a cut in here when I'm on my editing machine and kind of do a screen grab and go through which connections what. And as of right now, I also have this hooked up here. This is for the rear camera. I am going to do something a little different. I've made this one. This is pretty simple. It's just got a couple of pins, already pinned GM connector style LS PCM pins is what I've been using because I have a whole herd of those over here. But I'm basically using this. I had this off an old Rockford amplifier. It comes out to 2 female RCA connections, which is going to be perfect for plugging in a extension RCA cable for the cameras. I went ahead and picked out 2 reds, one with one that's solid red, one with a white stripe, and then 2 blacks, one solid black, one with a white stripe. The white stripe will either be the back camera or the front camera, either or, so I can distinguish the two. Probably the one with the white stripe will be this one, so I'll know what it is, and I'll probably make that the front camera. Then that can be the rear. Then you're able to get yourself just a generic backup camera like this one, which conveniently actually is upside down and wasn't correct from when I bought it, but I'll be able to mount that up underneath the back of the Ranger facing down so I can see the back up to the hitch or just back behind the Ranger. Then we'll go ahead and figure out where to mount one on the front for a front facing camera in the future. I got my helper up there. He's just a little dirty. I don't know what he's doing. What are we doing? Just hanging out? Okay. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just solder these up real quick. And yeah, like I said, we'll go ahead and go back to a screen grab here. What? Yeah. We're go to a screen grab, go over a little bit more of this stuff in depth. Alright, so I got that wired in, got the extension cable there, got rear camera input and front camera input. So I got the camera wired in, just hooked it into the accessory port for right now for power. We'll power it up later when we get it actually mounted. We'll go to reverse, and voila, you can see the camera right there. You can see my hand. So yeah, that's pretty cool. As you can see, we don't have any front signal, but if I plug this in here, we should. And we do, we got front camera. So we have nothing on the rear now, but we got front camera. So we'll be able to switch between the two and have cameras front and rear. We'll have to get another camera, obviously, to mount in front. But the camera's right there, bud. So you can wave. Yeah, there you go. See, we got the camera there. And so also, if you don't want just that.
That's my hand, that's my hand.
Yeah, there's your hand. We'll put it in park, and we'll bring up the menu here. And we'll go to cameras, and it goes to reverse automatically, and voila, there you go.
I see the back.
Yes, you see the back. Now I see you too. You're right there. But yeah, so if you want to disable the front camera, if you're only wanting to put a rear camera on it and you only have to hook up one of these sets in the main plug, you won't even have to get into the secondary plug and order extra stuff. But go to Vehicle in the settings, it's kind of hard to see, and then Cameras. And that'll allow you to shut the front and the rear off. So obviously we have front and rear on this machine, so I'm going to leave them both on. Go back to Cameras and back to front. There you go, right there.
Do you see the tape?
Yes, I see the tape. I see some dirty tape. That's what I see. So yeah, that's how you do that. And you add a wire for your ambient air temperature sensor. All right, guys, I'm going to jump right into it. For your ambient air temperature sensor input, all you need to do is run a pin into pin 8 on the C1 connector, which is your big 32-pin connector. For your audio line out, for the front right, positive and negative is 17 and 18. There you can see 17 is your positive, 18 is your negative. And for your front left is 20 and 21. 20 is being negative, 21 being positive. That takes care of the front audio. Now, if you're wanting to add rear audio to your amplifier, you'll want to go to 1 and 2 on the 32-pin connector. That will give you a negative on 1 and positive on 2 for your RCA, and then you go down to 4 and 5. That will give you the rear left, positive, negative, 4 being negative, 5 being positive. You don't got to worry about them line shields again. You're fine. You can move on to the video section. Now your video input for your reverse camera is 22 and 23, 22 being the negative, which is the outer ring of an RCA, and 23 being the center pin of an RCA. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the second half of the page here. This basically gives you on your 32-pin connector, 16 for your ground, and then you have 29 to 32. You have your can high on 29, can low on 30, 31's ignition, 32's battery. That's your common hookup for your ride command to get it functioning in its basic form along with your GPS and whatnot. But things to notice on this section is 15, that's amp turn on. That's the primary amp turn on the ride command. As you can see there on C2 connector on pin 8, that is an amp turn on slash rear switch camera power. You can use that to power your camera. It's only 300 milliamps, so you cannot have a powerful camera on that. The only thing left on C1 there is the plow mode. I'm not going to get into that on this video. I may touch on that in a future video, but we're just sticking with video and audio on this video. So moving down to connector 2, the only reason you would need this second connector is for the front video in. That's 11 and 12, video 2. That is 11 is negative, 12 is positive. Video 3, I'm not 100% sure what video 3 is. I have not seen a machine with 3 video inputs yet. So we'll have to see. That's also got your line in left and right. I believe that can be used on the aux side of the radio. You line out is also on C2 for line out 3. That's positive and negative. I believe that's just a center stereo left and right line out, or like a mono line out for a subwoofer. This pinout PDF will be available in the description below, along with some additional parts like the C2 connector and the parts for the ambient air temperature sensor. Alright guys, we're back here. We're going to do a little demonstration of the ambient air temperature sensor addition to your ride command. This is not the correct one. This is a GM one from a GMT 800 truck, like the mirror sensor. It's not the correct one, so the reading is not correct on the display, but it works for demonstration purposes. I'm going to order the correct one for this, and I'll have the correct part number and the correct end in the connector in the description below. I will warn you, if you're getting them through Polaris, they are really proud of their ambient air temperature sensors. I don't know a cross-reference for the part. If anybody does, where we can get one that's correct, that is cheaper than Polaris, do let us know in the comments, because that will be greatly appreciated for many out there, I'm sure. But as you guys can see, all I did was hook a pin into pin number 8 on the 32-pin connector on the back and hooked it up to the I can't remember the B. I'll put that in. Your pin 8 from your 32-pin connector goes to pin A on your ambient temperature sensor, and pin B goes to ground. And all you have to do is ground the other side. It's that simple. And here, I'll go ahead and show you. Right now, we got a temperature reading there, off, ungrounded, grounded, temperature's back. And just the difference, temperature readings, probably just different ground. But yeah, it'll still hover around 81. It's pretty close, but it's a little high. But yeah. So yeah, as you guys see there, that's all it takes to make the ambient air temperature sensor work. So yeah, that's it, guys. Pretty simple for the cameras and the audio output and the ambient air temperature sensor. So I do have to say, when you do your audio, you're probably gonna want to put a noise filter on there and maybe a soft amp turn on too, because these do have a lot of feedback coming out of them. That's just the nature of the beast. I don't know. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your week.